Good evening, I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Earlier today, Husker football head coach Matt Rule and Nebraska agreed to a 2-year contract extension that extends through the 2032 season. In a statement, athletic director Troy Dannon said, quote, "Coach Rule has shown he is the right leader at the right time for Nebraska football. We look forward to him and his family being in Lincoln for a long time," end quote. More from Troy Dannon and Coach Rule in just a bit. In other Husker news, earlier today, Nebraska wrestling assistant coach Trevel Delagnev will be inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as a distinguished member. Trevel is one of the best heavyweight freestyle wrestlers in history, as he won an Olympic bronze in 2012 and placed 5th in the 2016 Olympics in Rio. He'll be inducted in early June of 2026. And finally, Week 9 of the NFL season begins tonight as the 2-6 Dolphins host the 2-5 Ravens. Kickoff is set for 7:15 and it can be watched on Prime Video. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit StonebridgeIWM.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
High end-over-end kick, short and returnable for Williams at the 6, outside the right hash of the 10, swerves left to the 15-20, sprints to the 25-30 on the numbers, 35, Williams down the sideline in midfield, breaks it out, tackle 30, 25-20, Williams all the way, touchdown Huskers! Clap for the snap, comes in chest high, 4-man rush, Stone unleashes, near left side, overthrows, Wilde at the 1, incomplete, the defense finds a way, they're gonna win it.
Olivia the honors, floats it across, Taylor Hold'em, nice pass, fed left, big spacious block, Andy Jackson! Blocking better than a filibuster, 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight, 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you, everybody. It's felt like Friday to me all day long. I don't know why, but Thursday night, full 2 hours headed your way. We've got a jam-packed show. We've got our college football picks coming up, hour 2, college football Blitz, or Big Ten Blitz with Camden and company coming up as we get set for another college football weekend. And Amy Williams, head coach for Nebraska women's basketball, going to be here this hour as we preview the season opener coming up on Monday at noon. And big hour in the second hour because our special Halloween hour of the night, we've got some costumes courtesy of Jim, one of our loyal listeners and viewers on the chat. You can see we've got decorated out, and also black logos. We're going with the black theme here today. The field's being painted black as we speak, and we're gonna stick with the theme here tonight too.
I love it. It just feels like Halloween. The costume that I got from Jim, I think it's an all-timer. I think I could have gone a little bit more all out. I think in years to come, I'll go a little bit more all out when it comes to the costume, but you'll love it. The fans out there will love it. But I'm somebody who's never been into Halloween all that much in my life. So this is sort of the first time since I was a kid where I've actually dressed up.
Yeah, Greg was always all about it when we would get stuff, when Jim sent in the hats in the past. And so that's really the last few years on this show have I been into it. We had trick-or-treaters last night, but we gonna roll with it. And even the big dog, we told him his family goes all out for Halloween and they always coordinate, and so he said he'd bust it out tonight for us, so we'll see what he's coming as.
Searles is all in on the holiday. It's been a slow news day, right, Jess? Really nothing going on. Getting
to that, not to bury the lead, but we obviously, since the vacancy came open at Penn State, a lot of speculation. Matt Rule going to continue to be in those conversations when these jobs come open, but especially at Penn State, being that he played there, he graduated from there, and has a close relationship with the AD there. But announced today officially the contract extension, adding 2 more years through 2032, and some incentives with the college football playoff appearances as in terms of bonuses and escalators in that regard. But it's out. He's sticking in. He wants to continue to be invested here, and excited about the potential of where Nebraska is headed.
Yeah, it's a really exciting day because it just gives you a sense of, okay, you can continue momentum of the program, that there's not this obstacle or this brick that's going to be thrown in the middle of this whole thing at any point this year or in an off season where it's incredibly important, as you're in year 3 right now, and you're better than year 2, you're better than year 1. Year 3, you're better than year 2. There's a linear progression. Troy said that today in his press conference, and Troy had mentioned that these conversations go back to week 3. So that's Houston Christian that week, and even talking to Troy and during some of the breaks, and he had mentioned to us, we could say it now, that they'd been talking, that there was a good idea that they were going to get this done and this extension, even when all the noise got a little bit louder around Penn State. Rightfully so. He's Coach Rule and Troy really close with the athletic director at Penn State, and you can understand why that's enticing. And I talked to Coach Rule today, when we did our pregame radio interview, and he's echoed a little bit about what he said at the podium, but he said it again to me, like, Julie, my wife, didn't want to, we were not going anywhere. Julie loves it here. My family loves it here. And you can't underestimate uprooting a family.
Especially now that the age that his kids are at,
Like, it's hard to get friend groups when you're a kid and you're moving every other year like that.
They play volleyball, they're on volleyball teams.
That stuff matters, and we don't tend to think about that a lot as fans. We just tend to think of them as these commodities as football coaches. You just go, oh, you're getting paid millions, who cares? You just go to one place to the next to chase a championship. And he's just... this, Jess, probably better than anybody, having been around him more than any of us, but he's happy here. I feel like he's hit, I think Damon said it today when he was on the podcast with Coach Rule, he's hit a sweet spot here. He got hardened by what happened at Carolina. It was a really tough time in his life where he was humbled a little bit. He's had success at Temple. He's had success at Baylor, but Jess, he's never had the opportunity to see that through.
Yeah.
And now he has the opportunity at a blue blood power that has the resources to win a national championship to see it through for the first time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about, because that's what I was going to bring up next, is just the fact that you're at Temple, and then you get a chance to go to Baylor completely. That place was in shambles, and the way that he turned that around, and it was really headed in just a trajectory that I felt like probably Baylor, and given the way that it all played out with OU and Texas leaving, probably could have set themselves up to be a dominant force team in the Big 12 year in and year out. But, obviously the NFL comes calling. You got to give that a shot. And a lot of NFL teams, I knew a few scouts, a few people involved with NFL teams at the time, that they wanted Coach Rule, and so ends up giving that a shot. And I can't wait to see what he continues to do, because you can feel the momentum, and the fact that he's now going to we're going to be able to see this thing through, and what he really is capable with the program, and just the buy-in with the staff and the players, and what it's about now. I just know that it's in the right direction, and I'm excited to see what he can do, to stick it out here and continue on with this progress.
We talk about Coach Rule, but how about giving a reaffirming feeling to the staff, right? Because when you bring in a new head coach and things change, it's not just the head coach that leaves. All of a sudden, assistants have to find different places to work and different places to live. And there's hundreds and hundreds of people that are a part of this machine of Nebraska football. And one guy gets taken out of that, all of a sudden it's a domino effect to all these different departments. So there's a lot of people with this announcement that have the opportunity to take a deep breath. And I think that's why it's important amongst a lot of things. I think recruiting, it's huge. You never want a lame duck head coach or a coach that's rumored to be heading somewhere else. As a high-level recruit, that leaves some indecision in your mind. Okay, I'm going to commit to you. And then you think to yourself, am I committing to the coach? Am I committing to the school? How does that work out? So I think a lot of things were important to make sure that this was done. And credit to Troy Dannon. He understands that you can't keep hamster wheeling this process of, let's get if a new coach comes in, that starts a whole process over again of another 5 years until you become relevant, probably. Like, it takes a while to build something. So understanding you have the right guy in place, somebody that he didn't hire, but he understands he's the right fit at the right time, and then continuing to build on that, doubling down on resources, doubling down on the belief that this is your guy, and eventually it will pay off.
And I'll say this, too. I mean, look, in this day and age, let's just face it, you really need to have a football program that is generating the revenue for the rest of the department. I mean, that's where a lot of especially the rev share part of it, when you want to be successful in those other programs that it's trickling down to, that they're getting a piece of this pie. It's just better for everyone when your football program is successful in generating the revenue, but the buzz, and just it just elevates everything when you have a successful football program.
I think one of the more telling things that Troy said today is you probably have to pay somebody more of what you would pay them down the line. If you believe in them, you pay them what it takes to keep them, for seeing the future that he's going to be the guy. And I just see how, I know he was emotional today talking to the team after practice and giving them that news. I think there's been a lot of emotional moments. I know Julie was here today, his wife, and at the press conference, and I'm sure that was special for him. But you just get the sense in this journey, he's talked a lot about his spiritual journey, and this is where, a higher power has told him to be a coach, and this profession is where he's supposed to be. I just truly feel like he feels that this is where he's supposed to be at this time. And look, you're still looking to win that big game, and you have an opportunity to do that this weekend. Boy, what a good capper that would be. If you can find a way to beat USC with the atmosphere, the black uniforms, all the circumstance that's going on around this game, with the announcement on Thursday of the contract extension, the excitement of that, the excitement of future recruiting, and then having an opportunity to beat a big brand on a Saturday night on network television. There's just that would be the perfect way to cap this week.
All right, let's go ahead and work in our first break here. We do want to play you some highlights, some clips from Coach Rhule's press conference today, right after the announcement came out. He met with the media with his Thursday availability, the press conference. So we're going to play a few clips of that. Also, Troy Dannon met with the media as well. So we're going to play a few clips of those and continue to hear reaction from the big news today as Coach Rhule signing a contract extension through 2032. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
Your next vehicle is waiting for you at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Right now, you can save up to $9,000 off MSRP on the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab 4x4. Explore our current offers in-store or online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade. With approved credit, must trade in a 2011 or newer vehicle. Tax, title, license extra. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer applies to select stock numbers. Stock number V260188. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-less corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore-less corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-enless corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore enlist corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and $0 down.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Some spooky intro music.
This is well done. Camden's on the ones and twos over there. He
Oh,
put
that's
together,
the Ghostbusters.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
That's right. All-time movie.
Nice. I actually have never seen it.
Okay, well, that's disappointing.
I know.
You know,
I'm just going to continue to disappoint you. The more we work together, the more I'll disappoint you.
That's right. I disappoint everybody on a daily basis. You know who was on the sideline that was in that movie? He was on the sideline on Saturday in Northwestern gear, Bill Murray.
Yeah, I was told not from Ghostbusters, but from Caddyshack. So,
yeah. He fought with the gopher that would dig up the golf course. So, Caddyshack, another all-time great movie.
I have seen that one, but it's
is
been a while.
Disgusting.
Because my dad's a big golf guy, so
he is.
I've seen that one.
We do know that.
All right, well, we talked about it in the first segment, but let's dive into it a little bit more here from Troy Dannon, Matt Rule today as the contract extension has been announced for the head football coach. But let's start with the AD, Troy Dannon, and just the timeline of how it all unfolded to sign the extension.
Well, we talked in the summer just about what it looked like. Where his head's at, what are his thoughts. But really, I think I took the first concrete something to his agent and Matt about week 3. And then you just kind of go back and forth. And then, the market is weird this year, right? There's so many positions that have opened mid-season. So I would say the last couple of weeks, because of all of the jobs opening, it started moving faster, and then culminated again this morning. I will tell you that, and this is mostly joking, but a turning moment for us was when we announced the boys from Oklahoma and Turnpike Troubadours, and Matt said, "Are you kidding me?" And he turned and he has a Turnpike Troubadours poster framed on his desk. He said, "That's my very favorite group." I said, well, "You ain't getting tickets unless you're here." So no, and it's a little bit of a joke, but as he talked about all of the things, the life here, I mean, there's a lot to it. And he's been straight with me. I don't know if everybody believed how straight he was being. He's been straight with me since his dad got here about wanting to be here.
Yeah, I think it was a really, really good press conference from Troy, just to sort of dive into their relationship. And I can even mention the concert too. When that was announced, I asked Coach Rule about it, and he said that's one of his favorite bands. I said, "Did you have anything to do with them coming here?" He said, "No, I didn't. I don't have any pull in that regard." But yeah, I think credit Troy just seeing the forest through the trees, not necessarily knowing that it was going to become the Wild Wild West the way it has with all these openings with Florida and Penn State and Arkansas and Oklahoma State. You didn't know that when they were negotiating in week 3, that this would be the way that it is. And then, of course, it accelerates because of the environment around you and the way college football is right now and all these openings. But credit to Troy and sort of working ahead. He knew this is the guy, confidence that this is the guy. And so this just didn't happen today. This has been going for a long time.
That's not smoke and mirrors when he's saying how honest they are with each other and the relationship that they have. I mean, I think people could see it the way that when they are in public, but even behind closed doors, like I could tell you when I interview Coach Roll, a lot of times post-game, Troy's around and just their conversations. It's not always like a boss and a employee that you could tell they're friends, they respect each other, and there is that honest and open kind of communication going back and forth that I think they both feel like they can really have some dialogues that probably not every head football coach and AD are able to have.
Yeah, but the bottom line to all that is they understand what the expectations are.
Absolutely,
Matt knows that. Troy knows that. Troy's even said it, that if we don't do what we're supposed to do, the next football coach will be hired by a new AD and there'll be a new football coach. Like, that's just how this business works. And they both know that, but they have a really great relationship considering so much pressure that goes into all of it.
All right, well, let's hear from the man of the hour, Matt Rule, and his just opening statement on the contract extension.
I just like to, I think in moments like this, you should always start with gratitude. And I'm very, very, very grateful to Troy Dannon, to President Gold, to the board for their confidence in me and us, our staff. Very grateful to my wife and kids who allowed me to do this job and moved here. Very grateful to the fan base. I'm very grateful to the city of Lincoln and the state of Nebraska. This has become our home, and we love it here. And most importantly, I'm grateful for our players. I was at a point 3 years ago when they hired me here where I'd gone through something hard. And I know people sometimes think, well, you're well compensated for it, but I can just tell you those things can break people. And, I've rediscovered my love of this game and coaching and all that with these guys that are here. And so, as this process went on, I think I was really honest with you guys the first day. We've wanted to be here and we expect to be here for a long time. And we have much, much, much more to do. And we're not pleased with where we are, but we are pleased with the direction we're headed. And I think that's hopefully a message that we can send to all of the recruits, all the players, that this is the place to be, and we want to be here. So,
yeah, it's one thing to say that, hey, you should come play here, and then you leave the next year. This is putting your money where your mouth is. Yeah, this is where you should play, and I'm signed through 2032 to be here because I believe in this place so much. It sends such a powerful message to recruits, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot on the sidelines this Saturday. This is, I'm sure, a big recruiting weekend for Nebraska. So it's great news for this program, this athletic department that needs football, like you said, to perform at a high level, and it's trending in the right direction.
Listen, we heard him say it immediately once his name started circulating with the Penn State availability, and that it's been when he was at Baylor. It's just part of what happens when you start to have success. You're not just the head coach, but your coordinators, your assistant coaches are involved in those discussions, and people throw those names into it. It's what you want because it means your football program is having success. But Coach Rule was asked, why is Nebraska a better job than any of those other jobs?
I won't speak on any other jobs, and just out of respect for everybody else. And all I'll say is, as I said to you guys that one day, this has happened every year where someone's called, right? But this is our home. Like, we love living here. I just can't say that enough, right? Like, I just, at the end of the day, it's football's football. Like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get in my car at whatever time in the morning, come in and work, and then drive home. My kids are going to go to school. They're going to be in the community. My wife's going to run her business. My wife's going to be out in the community. And sometimes Julie goes into the office on Sunday after we beat Northwestern, but she also went in the office in her business on Sunday after Minnesota. And people have just absolutely welcomed us and embraced us. And I mean, my goal is to win enough games here that someday I can retire here and people, are nice to me in the gas station. Who's that guy? Oh, here he is again. No, that's all I've ever wanted. And so I see I go out to practice yesterday, and Coach Darlington. So it was so cold on Tuesday, and everyone's standing watching practice inside the doors. So I said, close the doors. If you want to be at practice, you got to stand outside. I look out there yesterday. It was one of the coldest days I've ever coached, and I coach in shorts every day, right? George Darlington is sitting in a chair outside the closed door. I said, guys, open the door for Coach Darlington, please. But think about the life he's lived, right? And I know he left for a little bit and came back, and so it's just home. And so for me, it wasn't about necessarily even the job. And I'll just tell you, Sam, I've left too many teams. I left too many players, and the players always understood, and they were always grateful to me. I could not leave these guys. I love this team, and I love this group, and I love where we're headed. I love the recruits. Every recruit that called me when my name started, I said, I'm not going anywhere. There's been no so this was before. And I think people minimize like that woman right there. Like, she's moved all over creation for me, and she's done everything for me. Like, she loves it here. My kids love it here. I love it here. So
I think that was the most underestimated part of this whole thing, is that Julie didn't want to move his wife. And again, I'll echo what he told me. Before or after our pregame radio interview, he said, I just was never going anywhere. My family wants to be here, my wife wants to be here, and I want to be here. And I think I truly believe when he says that this is his favorite team. I know it's his favorite team since he's been here at Nebraska, but it could be his probably the most favorite or most fun that he's had coaching in his career. And the old cliches, don't mess with happy. And I think when you get older, you're a little bit more wise, and you understand what's important to you. And I think this whole situation with Penn State opening, it allowed him to compartmentalize what was important to him.
All right, the last clip we want to play for you is just he was asked about his hope for the continued investment in Nebraska.
Since the day that Troy got here, there's nothing that he hasn't done. And, I just think that was an opportunity for me to make sure everybody out there knows, hey, this is the future of college football, and I want us to be just at the forefront. And so it's more philosophical. Not like they came to me and say, hey, we're going to do this. They've already been doing those. Hey, we're going to do this, and this. I just think I think when you look at our legacy and our history at Nebraska, who we are, that we're the first to do so many things. And so that was an opportunity. This isn't oh, hey, the contract goes to what years? 2032? What's the chances I'm alive in 2032? Honestly, so it's the 2 years I appreciate. This is about the program, and it's about stability, and it's about investing, and so Troy's been amazing. Dr. Gold's been amazing. The board, there's things that have to be done, and these are really, really uncertain times. I'm signing a contract extension today, and I know that there's people that are cold and hungry, right? And so, we understand. We understand how hard some of this is. At the same time, Nebraska football needs stability. They need investment, and they've been doing it nonstop. So I'm grateful.
There it is, right there. The most important word of it all: stability. And that's what today provides to Nebraska, and that's why the Nebraska fan should be incredibly excited, because you have a vision, you have a leader, and you're sticking with it.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. All right, got to get to a break. When we come back, going to talk some Nebraska women's basketball as they tip off their season coming up on Monday against Northwestern State, noon for the pep rally day. We're going to chat with the head coach, Amy Williams, on the other side of this.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall, Tundra is all in for hauling. Campers, ATVs, you know Tundra's got the muscle to move it. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's do this. With handling that tackles tough trails and the backbone to take you where the pavement can't. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability. So whether it's a fishing trip at dawn, tailgate at noon, or a remote sunset at, well, sunset, these trucks are built to make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, or Village Point Toyota of Omaha.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
A little more slack. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month and 0 down.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorseed Enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore Enlist corn and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
You expect your home to protect everything you love,
but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody, and we are 4 days away from officially tipping off for the 2025-2026 basketball season for both men's and women's basketball. Women coming up at noon on Monday against Northwestern State. To talk about that is the head coach, Amy Williams. Thanks for being here. Can you believe it's time?
It's time. Ready or not, here we go.
Well, you had an exhibition game. You had the closed-door scrimmage, but last Friday night, what would you take away? What would you learn about your team in those two kind of opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I think in both of those opportunities, we really shot the ball well, which is just awesome. I think this team is a team that has the capabilities of shooting the ball well, but we just don't want to be a team that has to shoot the three well in order to win ball games. And so the exciting thing I thought in our exhibition game is I thought we really set the tone defensively in that one, and Haley Weaver kind of started us off in that area and just really kind of set the tone for our team. And I think that if we can hang our hat there on the defense and rebounding, then we're going to like what we see.
Maya Hargrove went off, 26 points, knocked down, 6 3-pointers, 6 of 8 from 3. Is that something you could, maybe not 26 and that efficient, but is that something you could expect from her on a consistent basis, is scoring it like that?
Yeah, she's more than capable. I think she's worked really hard this year on, last year she was a really good 3-point shooter for us. She's more than capable of a night like that, 6 for 8 from the 3-point line. That's not a fluke for her. But I think the thing I'm the most excited about with Amaya is she's worked really hard on, her ball handling, being able to get downhill, make some better decisions off the dribble. And I think that's just expanding her game, as well as, taking strides defensively.
You, Coach Hoiberg, love those bigs that can shoot from the outside. You've got a bunch of them, too. What does that do for a team when you've got Jess Petrie, Petra Bozon, Amaya that can step out and hit threes from the outside?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just loosens things up for everybody else. It just, makes it difficult to game strategy, to really, clog driving lanes for people, to limit paint touches. It just kind of opens everything up when they have to respect everybody on the floor from behind the arc. And so it's something we recruit to. We've got, a lot of kids that are capable, and it's just, it's something that, hopefully will benefit everybody, including, a Britt Prince or somebody that, wants to be able to get to the rim, when players have to worry about everybody from behind the arc, it opens some things up.
Kellen Hake also had a big night for you guys at the exhibition, had 22. She is one of my favorite people on campus. She's just an incredible human being, has done all kinds of leadership stuff, I know, but just where have you seen her grow the most in her basketball game?
I think just the confidence that she has just making plays. I mean, bouncing back and forth. We kind of chuckle a little bit when we talk, Callan and I, about like when she was a freshman, she felt most comfortable if she was, in this position defensively, whether it be our pirate or our safety or whatever. And most comfortable if she was in this position, but now it's like I'm like, Callan, go run the point. Callan, take this. Callan, you're the pirate. Callan, you're the safety. And her ability now to just embrace whatever this team needs her to do, and if it's take charges or run the point or set up this play or get us organized, she just has an incredible, uncanny ability. I know you touched on her leadership skills. I think that's where she's really grown the most, but on the actual court, it's just the comfort level that she has doing whatever our team needs her to do to be successful.
Claire Johnson was another, filled up the stat sheet, did a lot of different things for you. And one of the newcomers that I know you expect a lot from, but what has she provided to your team? What kind of, I guess, contributions do you expect from her night in and night out?
Yeah, well, Claire, number one, is, kind of our hardest worker, like, as far as like most committed, like in the gym, we got to kick her out, watching film, studying the game, just high IQ, learning things quickly. But I think, she's a 40+% 3-point shooter, and she's kind of quick and deceptive off the dribble, and she can get herself to the rim and create a lot of things. And so those things combined, as well as just the professional approach that she takes to kind of to being the best version of herself, is what makes her unique and special.
That's awesome. What about just the figuring out the lineups and how you want to play players together when? How does that process work, especially here in the early goings?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like that's something that, we're going to take a look at a lot of different lineups, a lot of different players playing together, what brings us the best punch defensively, what sets the tone for us defensively, who our best, offensive lineups are, different things. And I think that's what, from our standpoint, that's kind of what the preseason is about. I mean, obviously, we want to be competitive. We want to win ball games. But our ultimate goal is to be just continuing to improve and be ready to play when we hit the Big Ten schedule. And so right now there's a lot of opportunities for us to kind of just take a peek at different things and see what gets us off to great starts and what gets us going, and where we can tweak some things and who's playing well together. And so we'll get to see a lot of different things, I think, here over the next few weeks.
Well, one of the loudest that PBA gets all year long, no matter the event, what game, what concert, I don't care what it is, but it's the Sportsmanship for Life rally that you guys do every single year with life skills. You got kids from across the state with their schools coming in, and it is rocking. Why does that continue to be something important for your program to do it and have that early tip to start the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's so incredible. I think it's important to us because, number one, it's just an amazing way for us to connect to middle school aged athletes all across the state of Nebraska. It's, just a huge shout out and thank you to Kate Frazier, Keith Zimmer, the life skills staff for working so hard to get over 4,000 middle school students are signed up to attend. Over 80 schools from across our state kind of represented to be a part of that. But, we really believe in service and the ability to be able to kind of connect and find ways to give to our community, and especially that youth and middle school aged student, and some of them athletes that would potentially desire to be athletes themselves someday. And I just think that the fact that there's going to be messaging coming from, myself and women's basketball student athletes, but, softball student athletes, volleyball student athletes, football student athletes, soccer student, all kinds of different incredible mentors that these young kids get to hear from and pull from. And we've had a lot of just positive feedback. It's a great way for us to connect Husker athletics to the community. And we just hope administrators all across the state will see what a special event that is, and it'll just continue to grow.
I mean, name a better field trip. I would have killed to have that kind of opportunity.
I can't think of another better opportunity. It's programming. It's, an opportunity to hear from athletes, but it's also, you're taking in a Division I basketball game in a world-class facility at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and just really cool day.
Okay, so Northwestern State, to start off with, what will you be looking for out of your squad in this opener?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is just continuing to set the tone defensively right from the tip that that we want to be aggressors in that area, and that we want to, we're going to find a way to take care of the boards, and we've talked about that. That's going to be a team effort and something where we have to all take pride in, and got a little competition going about who's going to win the rebounding battle, not just between us and Northwestern State, but who on our team is going to win win that rebounding battle. And, we talk a little bit. Kawhi Leonard used to say board man gets paid. And so, we'll figure out who's going to be the board man gets paid winner for that first game on Monday.
Oh, I love that. We'll have to be watching closely for that.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously you can see we've decorated for Halloween. We're going to be rocking the costumes. We had some kids coming to trick or treat last night, but you guys are gonna have a costume contest. Apparently, you've got a fun one.
Yeah.
You don't have to spoil it in case they're listening, but it's just a fun kind of camaraderie deal with your group.
Yeah, this is always really good timing, and so we'll see who can be the most creative with Halloween this year.
I was gonna say, who do you expect on the team? Who do you have very high expectations for their costume this year?
I would go. I don't know. Maybe Claire. Claire is a very creative young lady, so that's who I'd go to. So,
do you have a favorite costume that your girls wore growing up?
Golly, I don't know. I can't really think of. I don't know. Bentley one time was Elsa, and she was kind of always my little princess, and so that was probably my most memorable of them when they were little.
Okay, last thing, and just I guess more back to the serious tone, but announcing today that Matt Roll getting the contract extension. I know you guys have become close, your husband and him, and always on the sideline, Lloyd is. But just what does that mean for the athletic department that he wants to stick around, and continue to build this program?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to go to a press conference right after Matt and Troy. So I'm like, I don't know, anything exciting happening today? But I just think just an awesome day for Nebraska Athletics. And I think, something that this place is special, unique. It's my dream job. I love it here at Nebraska. And I think today marks a really special day. And I think it says a lot for the leadership, the vision that we have here, what we're building here. And I'm a firm believer the rising tide raises all ships, and just watching that program continue to flourish and under Coach Rule is very exciting, and something that everybody wants to continue to aspire to continue to raise the standards for our programs.
Great stuff. Appreciate you stopping by, and best of luck. Next time we'll talk to you, the season will officially be underway. How about that?
How about that? I know. I'm so excited to get it going.
All right, Amy Williams here with us on Sports Nightly. Again, Northwestern State, noon tip on Monday, and we'll have the coverage for you here on the Huskers Radio Network with Jeff Greash and Matt Coatney coming up at 11:30 with the pregame show. Got to step aside for a break. More coming up right after this. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter agents Craig Kerr, Jeff Bond, or Matt Moorhead in Lincoln today.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready. right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Letting it play out a little bit. What do we got here? What do we got? You like it?
I don't know. It's just a very generic Halloween. I'm sure there's robotic voice. Camden, can you tell me what this is? Oh, this is
He said you in the commercial break you got another one coming out that you were gonna like it. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I wish we played some of the lyrics.
So you see, we put our Halloween costumes on in this final segment.
So we have
Some ghosts.
people are gonna like my costume coming up.
You're gonna spoil it. We're gonna go make a quick change here. I was just gonna let people believe it was just gonna be these ghosts and. No, we're about to go make a quick change. Luckily, there's plenty of time once we close this segment out. We got the ticker, all that good stuff. So we're going to go get ready and going to have some fun here in hour number 2.
Yeah. I mean, again, as we started the show talking about, I've never been a big Halloween guy, but this radio network is big into Halloween. So now I don't think I have a choice. From here on out, I am now big into Halloween.
Yeah, apparently. Hey, I just went and took a little sneak peek at the fields, and we're okay to talk about it. They put a post out on social. Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, looks like another coat of paint is being put down, and
yeah,
looks really good. I didn't think they were going to do anything with the field. I hadn't been told about anything during the week, and as soon as Troy said that, that's the first time I thought that, okay, they're actually going to do it. I didn't think they were going to do anything with the field all week.
I thought the end was going to be black. I didn't know that the end zones were, and it looks really cool. So blackout coming up. So I want to mention too, make sure and remind folks, Cornhusker kickoff going to be back again this week, 2:30. Those doors open, free to the public. And wear your black. I mean, it sounds like the black has been flying off the shelves for folks. Some places are completely sold out.
It's a good thing. Husker fans are all in on this. Again, the players love the uniforms. Coaches love the uniforms. I love the uniform. And I think the fans are going to like it. It's a little bit different. I understand we like tradition. It's a little bit different, but I think it's a fun kind of different. It's a big game in the end. In the end, we all care about winning a game.
Well, before we run out of time here, we're going to make our picks coming up here at the top of hour number 2. Shout out to the guys in the chat who play along every single week and make those picks with us. And they had a bunch of guys at the top of the leaderboard this week. Chad, Crypto, Andy, Dryce, and Jim all went 7-3 to win the week there with the chat picks. And Dryce remains at the top of the leaderboard standings. Crypto still at the bottom. So there you go. There's the weekly update on that. Also want to mention, so we got one more hour, but tomorrow we will not be streaming live on YouTube because we only have an hour before volleyball. So this last hour will be it for us. But hey, it's going to be a busy, exciting weekend.
It is. Starts with the Hall of Fame tomorrow, and then let's kick this thing off. Let's have a perfect weekend here at Husker Athletics.
But first, let's make some picks coming up on the other side of this.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Initiate your drive at Woodhouse Mazda. Right now, receive 1.9% APR for 60 months on the full lineup of 2025 Mazda CX-50 standard and hybrid engine models. Get started online today with approved credit, tax, title, license extra when financed through Mazda Financial Services. $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number X250815. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Good evening, I'm Camden Cohn, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Earlier today, Husker football head coach Matt Rule and Nebraska agreed to a 2-year contract extension that extends through the 2032 season. For more information, you can visit Huskers.com. In other Husker news, earlier today, Nebraska wrestling assistant coach Tervel Delagnev will be inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as a distinguished member. Tervel was once one of the best heavyweight freestyle wrestlers in history, as he won an Olympic bronze in 2012 and placed 5th in the 2016 Olympics in Rio. He will be inducted in early June of 2026. And finally, Week 9 of the NFL season begins tonight as the 2-6 Dolphins host the 2-5 Ravens. Kickoff is set for 7:15. It can be watched on Prime Video. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit StonebridgeIWM.com. Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
High end-over-end kick, short and returnable for Williams at the 6, outside the right hash of the 10, swerves left to the 15-20, sprints to the 25-30 on the numbers, 35, Williams down the sideline of midfield, brings it up to tackle 30, 25-20, Williams all the way, touchdown Huskers! Clap for the snap, comes in chest high, 4-man rush, Stone unleashes, near left side, overthrows Wilde at the 1, incomplete, the defense finds a way, they're gonna win it.
Olivia the honors, floats it across, Taylor Hold'em, nice pass, fed left, big swings, reception, block, Andy Jackson! Blocking better than a filibuster, 10 blocks for the Big Red tonight, 25-18. Huskers sweep their 11th consecutive opponent.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by
Akrs,
the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more.
Akrs.
Solutions for every field. Welcome back. Hour number 2 is Sports Nightly. He is King Triton, a.k.a. the big dog, King Big Dog Triton. And it is our Halloween hour, our last hour that we're going to be in studio. We're sporting the costumes that are one of our loyal listeners, Jim Briggs, sent us in. So celebrating Halloween here tonight on Sports Nightly. So we have King Triton. We have the vampire.
That's me.
Where's your teeth?
The teeth didn't come with it, so we're just going to have to miss that part of it.
Kyle.
He wouldn't even wear the makeup. He wouldn't wear the makeup either.
You need the white face, the dark eyes.
Again, I don't tan. That's what I told before we even recorded. I'm good enough. I'm vampire complexion as it is.
Josh is a disco man. We think we're kind of pushing for him to wear that shirt, like put it more so in his rotation. Like, looks really good on him. And he's got the wig. And Camden has a specialty costume. It's custom made. Cowboy hat.
I wanted Camden's
It's
costume.
got all kinds of
I don't even know what's all on it. I don't
I
think
got
I've looked
a
at deep
snake
enough.
in my boot.
Oh, but it is time for our weekly pick segment brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. Before we get to this week's picks, even though I want to, I will not skip over the review session. Josh, another big week for Josh, goes 10-1 back on the top of the leaderboard. Searles 8-3 to go second place last week. Kyle and the intern 7-4. Nick goes 6-5. Camden 5-6, and I went 4-7. So Josh 67-36 overall. Camden 2 games now behind. You lost your lead, Camden.
I know. It was
3 up to 2 down.
Not a good week. Josh won on everyone that he went opposite on, so that hurt.
Interns 6 games behind Josh, 61-42 overall. Kyle and Searles 67-36. I'm now at the bottom with Nick. I know how that happened. 56-47. So, yeah, I'm in a
Just
mid-season
a rock fight at the
slump.
bottom of the leaderboard right now.
At least it's interesting this year, at the bottom and the top. All right, so let's quickly recap some of the big ones. But we've got another head coach bites the dust at LSU after A&M handles LSU at night in the swamp. My dad was wrong about that one. So Brian Kelly is out, Searles.
Yeah, I mean, that one I think took everyone by surprise. I don't think anyone anticipated that to be a blowout loss like that was, but that A&M team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. As bad as LSU played, A&M, man, offensively, defensively, NFL athletes everywhere.
You want to talk about a sideshow of a coaching search and what's going on over there right now? Read an article about the press conference that just took place from, was it the governor of Louisiana? I mean, that is a complete sideshow. And oof, I mean, who knows where they're going to go? Who's going to want to coach there, considering the situation?
Well, Kyle, Ole Miss beats the better football team in Oklahoma.
Ooh, yes. Apparently, Coach Venables likes to throw that out there, that Oklahoma's better than Ole Miss, although they've lost, back-to-back years against Ole Miss. Credit Lane, he's found a way on the road. This is a playoff team, and Lane's, of course, his name is in conversation with every single job that comes up. So that's a huge win for him, and he's talking trash to players after the game. Ole Miss is a really good football team.
All right, Searles, who are you more impressed with, BYU or Vandy?
Vandy. I mean, Vandy just every single week continues to ride the lightning. I mean, they are the definition of like a Cinderella season. I think people thought they'd be better this year, but that 7th-year quarterback, I mean, college forever, baby. Just keep it rolling.
Okay, so 2 months ago, what would you have said if I would have told you that Penn State and Ohio State would not be on this week's picks?
Yeah, I mean, we all would have said you're crazy. I think everyone pointed to this week of college football was supposed to be epic, right? Before season was like, don't call me, don't look at me, don't even mention my name on this weekend. And this is maybe I'll go golf or something. Because the games, I mean, that were supposed to be so good are just not living up to the hype.
Notice that Josh put Florida Georgia on there, though.
Oh, yeah.
But of course.
That's a little knife.
If there's any chance,
I saw that injury report. I don't think we'll get there, but it ain't looking good.
Look at you hedging bets already.
All right, well, let's get rolling. Starting with the ACC, North Carolina at Syracuse Friday night matchup, 6:30 on ESPN. Syracuse up to 2.5-point favorite in this one. How about UNC? Got a little bit of momentum going. They lost in overtime last week to number 16 Virginia, 17-16, but the Orange have lost, 4 in a row now. Josh, you get to pick first in this one.
Yeah, both teams have lost 4 straight. North Carolina, though, like you said, Jess, they've been close in their last couple, whereas Syracuse has not. I'm going to pick the Tar Heels. I don't like it, but I'm going with UNC.
I would have told you at the beginning of the season I wouldn't have picked UNC once this entire year, but I'm going back on it because I just think they've got more going for them despite there's a difference in the 4-loss streak in these two teams, I think, and UNC, I think, has the better 4-loss streak. So I'm going with the Tar Heels.
Yeah, ever since Syracuse lost their quarterback, it's probably a month ago now, they haven't been very good. North Carolina has seemed a little bit better. We were watching the end of that one last week, and they went for the 2-point conversion to try and win it and didn't get it. But, if they would have got the 2-point conversion, they would have won. So I'll go UNC.
So I am going to go with Syracuse at home. North Carolina can't score. Syracuse has a lot of issues, but just give me the home team when it comes down to that.
It's like 2 train wrecks.
Yes.
Matching up. The matchup of train wrecks. Searles, who you got?
You just can't look away. I mean, you kind of just root for both teams to lose at this point because they're just both so bad. But I'm with you, Kyle. I'm going to go Syracuse as well. Take the home team. North Carolina. I mean, both teams look so bad. It's really who's going to lose the game is the question, and both teams are very capable of it.
All right, sticking in the ACC, Duke at Clemson, 11 a.m. on the ACC Network. Clemson down to a 2.5-point favorite in this one. Both teams coming off losses and bye weeks. I had to check this stat. Clemson has not won a home game over a Power 4 opponent in over a year. That's wild. So I'm up first in this one, and gosh, this was the toughest one for me. I really want to go Duke. I've picked Duke a couple different times, but I gotta believe coming off a bye at home, Clemson going to get it done. So I'm going to roll with Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson's at home. I think that's the difference for me.
I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going to go Duke. I'm going to go Duke on the road. Give me Manny Diaz.
Searles?
This one was hard for me. I mean, I want to believe in Clemson, but they've let me down so much this year. I mean, it just seems like we build them up and we're like, oh, they're still Clemson, and then they're like, oh, they're still poop. But give me Duke. I'm gonna go Duke on the road as well. I'm with you, Kyle. Let's do it.
You guys are together on the first two so far. I'm not about being with Clemson. They've let me down too, Searles, but I don't know. Like, I wish I could pick Duke here, but I don't. Looking back at their strength of schedule, they haven't really beaten anybody that's great yet. So I'm going to go with Clemson, basically just because they're at home.
Oh, good. I'm with the teams that have the guys that have won most weeks. So I feel
we
better
weren't good
about
last
mine.
week, though. Jess and I weren't good last week. We were on the same page for a lot
When Josh picked the same, I felt better about it than just you.
Historically, Josh has a winning record with the perm, I've been told. So.
All right, UCF at Baylor, 11 a.m. on ESPNU. Baylor, 3.5-point favorite. Also, the Bears coming off back-to-back losses, including Cincinnati last week. Camden, you're up first.
See, this was the trickiest one for me. Baylor, when I've picked them, they've lost.
When you pick against them, they win.
Yeah, so
same.
I think I'm gonna go UCF though. I think UCF's gonna get it done on the road. I think they're just trending in a little bit better direction.
Kyle?
Love that. I'm going to get a game up on Camden. Give me Baylor at home.
Josh or Searles?
Never Baylor, and it's your highness, but never Baylor. I mean, I can't do the Bears. They've let me down too many times, so I'm gonna go with UCF and the Fighting Scott Frosts.
Well, it seems like an evenly matched game. I'm going to go with the home team. I'll even it up. I'm taking Baylor.
I also got Baylor. So
come on, Camden.
I'm with you, Baylor. I'm
wins.
with you, Camden. Every time I pick Baylor, they lose, and when I don't pick them, they win. So they'll probably not give me a point this week once again. All right, Arizona State at Iowa State, 12 o'clock noon on TNT. Iowa State is a 7.5-point favorite, but man, the Cyclones have lost 3 in a row, including a loss to BYU last week. Kyle?
I think Arizona State's without their quarterback this week. I think Sam Leavitt is out this week, including a few guys on the defense, one of their top receivers. With that, give me Iowa State.
Searles?
Iowa State's not the Iowa State we think they are.
Right, I know.
I mean, I keep looking at them going, come on, it's like poking them with a stick. Like, do something, right? Come on, you can do this. But that being said, Arizona State has been not good. I mean, they beat up on Texas State, so I'm going to go Iowa State here too. I just don't love this pick at all.
Yeah, I'm also with Iowa State. Both teams have had a lot of ups and downs. It's interesting. The line moved drastically in this one toward Iowa State this week. That is another reason I have the Cyclones in this one.
I just keep picking them. They keep losing, but give me Iowa State, Camden.
Yeah, Iowa State. If Leavitt's out, doesn't that mean Sims is quarterback?
Probably.
Yes.
So, yeah. Iowa State.
Machine.
Yeah, Iowa State.
All right, top 20 matchup in the SEC. Number 9 Vandy at number 20 Texas, 11 a.m. ABC. Texas up to a 3.5-point favorite. Vandy 7-1. Searles, you gonna roll with them?
Absolutely. Give me Parvia versus
Pavia.
Manning. Whatever his name is. Give me the 7th year, Van Wilder, college forever, to go in there and beat the Manning.
Yeah, I never would have thought that I would be picking Vanderbilt over Texas, but that's what I'm doing. I'm with you, Searles.
Hook them. Give me Texas at home. They've won 3 in a row. The last 2 in overtime. They're battle tested. They're going to get another win.
They stink.
I know they do, but they're going to win again. Come on, Camden. What do you got?
No, I got go Diego, go Vanderbilt.
I still don't trust Vanderbilt completely. Give me Texas. They're athletes at home.
All right.
Texas.
Kyle's hooking them too. All right, Michigan State at Minnesota, 2:30 on Big Ten Network. Minnesota is a 3.5 favorite. They can't win on the road, and they can't lose at home. So, Josh, who you got?
Yeah, I know the Gophers got run over by Iowa last week. That is hard to recover from, but I just think that they're more solid than MSU. It also sounds like the walls might be crumbling down at Michigan State, so I'm going with the Gophers.
They are much better at home, so I'm going to go for that reason. I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Smith might get fired at Michigan State. I think this probably adds to that, Minnesota.
And this time a year ago, Searles, we were talking about how good of a coach he was.
I mean, yeah, I don't really know what happened. I think Nebraska broke him, whenever he came here. It just seems like the wheels started going off from here. So, yeah, row that boat.
All right, clean sweep for the Gophers here. All right, number 13, Texas Tech at Kansas State, 2:30 on Fox. Tech is a 7.5-point favorite. Kansas State's won 2 in a row, and Texas Tech hasn't beat Kansas State since 2015. I'm up first, and I picked against Kansas State last week. I know Texas Tech has invested a lot of money in their roster, and they're off to a great start. But I think Kansas State can protect it at home. They've found some things that are working, so give me the Wildcats at home to pull up the upset.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Kansas State as well. I didn't pick them last week. Obviously, that bit me. But Kansas State had beat Kansas, how many times in a row? It was a lot.
Yeah.
And so hopefully the streak stays the same here, that K-State holds up their end against Texas Tech.
I think this is a massive game for Texas Tech. I think they come up big. I think they win this game on the road.
Yeah, this has got to be a big one. So I'm with Kyle on this one. Sorry, Camden. Red Raider up.
Josh?
I think that Kansas State covers the spread on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they win, but yeah, I'm going to go with Texas Tech. I think it's their time to win. So,
man, your lead is either going to extend drastically here, Josh, or Camden's going to come back to the pack. You guys are opposite on almost every pick so far.
I think he's doing it on purpose. He did it last week, and he won on all of them, so now it's either going to be like 7 or I'm going to be up by 4.
Makes it interesting.
All right, Kyle, this one's for you, but Camden's picking first. Georgia at Florida, 2:30 on ABC. Georgia is 7.5-point favorite. Florida coming off the bye week. Camden, who you got?
I'll quickly say Georgia so we can get to Kyle's analysis.
Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say other than this series is probably going to go the way it's been going. I saw the injury report this morning for Florida, and it's a laundry list of key names. I think Georgia wins this one. They're a much better team. Do you get the interim head coach bump? Even if they do, I don't think that even matters.
Searles?
Go Dogs.
Josh?
I thought Kyle was going to say I don't have anything else to say except chomp chomp, but I'm going Georgia.
Maybe in like week 3.
Yeah. I'm also with the Dogs. All right. Number 18, Oklahoma at number 14, Tennessee. Tennessee, 2.5-point favorite. Both 6-2 going into this one, 6:30 on ABC. Oh, Tennessee's up to a 3.5-point favorite. My bad. Again, OU coming off the loss to Ole Miss. Tennessee losses to Georgia and Bama. Kyle, you get to pick first, Mr. SEC.
Tennessee's schedule has been really tough. You could say that just about every SEC team, but specifically Tennessee's schedule of late. I think at home they get it done.
Yeah, Searles.
I'm going Tennessee as well. I think Tennessee at home. I mean, Oklahoma might be the better football team, but I'm going to go with Tennessee.
I think the Sooners bounce back this week. I don't agree with Coach Venables that they were the better team last week against Ole Miss, but they are a good team. I think they beat the Vols.
Listen, I didn't want to pick OU, but I think I'm going to this week because I just think last year they were really mad that Tennessee beat them when Heupel returned home. I don't know. The defense is legit. I think I would have rolled with them another week. Ring the bell.
That was a good one.
All right, I'm going to hold up what Josh and I have been doing the whole pick segment. I'm going to go Tennessee.
All righty. Oh, I guess on to the next one. All right, number 17, another top 25 matchup for you. Number 17, Cincinnati at number 24, Utah, 9:15 on ESPN. 10.5-point favorite for Utah. Since Camden, you're up first. Right? No, Searles.
No, so I don't think I'm up first.
I'm way off. I'm way off on this one.
I'm a Utes stan. I love them. I think they're physical. I mean, if Cincinnati wins this game, they're basically in sole control of the Big 12. But I really think that this is a game where Cincinnati's magic comes to an end. Utah is very physical. Their offensive line is so good, and their run game is so good. So give me the Utes.
Searles, were you just devastated to see what Utah did to Colorado last week?
Oh, I watched every minute of it with joy and excitement in my heart.
Sure you did. Yeah, I actually want to keep riding with the Bearcats because they've done me well in picks so far this year. But Utes are too good of a team. They're at home at night. I'm going to go with Utah.
Oh, this one was hard. I don't know. Sorsby is really good. He hasn't thrown an interception since he threw the game-winning one to Malcolm Hartzog. So I guess for that reason, give me Cincinnati to keep it rolling. Camden?
As much as I want to pick Cincinnati, I think I'm going to go with Utah. I think Cincinnati's due for a loss. Obviously, they've won however many in a row since the Nebraska one. But I think Utah has faced a little bit tougher competition than Cincinnati has, so I think they'll be more battle-tested.
Cincinnati also hasn't been in that hostile of an environment since it was Arrowhead.
Yeah, and you look at all the metrics.
Location.
Yes, neutral game. Sorsby's been one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I mean, we continue to talk about it from grade standpoint, but I like Utah in this game. I think Cincinnati's magic run ends.
All right, I'm swimming upstream. I'll probably regret that one, but we'll see. All right, Searles. Oh wait, one more. You got the Husker question.
Got the Husker question. All right. Will there be more or less than 7.5 explosive plays from scrimmage by both teams combined? So 20-plus yards is an explosive play on offense.
Over.
Think so?
Over. Have you watched Lincoln Riley's teams? Do you watch them, how they run the football and throw the
7.5. What do they do you know what they average every game?
They average
about
the most
6
yards per play in the country.
Yeah, it's about 6 per game.
Okay.
For just them. They're going to probably
get
6, and we might get 2, so there's 8.
I'll also take the over.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
Camden?
He's thinking about it.
37 plays of 20 or more yards for USC. That's tied for the most in the nation.
Sure. I'll take the over.
All right. No fun.
Also, Kananen, you couldn't have made the 44-yarder last week, so I could have won the freaking
That was the most
question.
I thought about right at that moment.
I was incredibly torn in that moment when he missed it.
All right, Searles, before we let you go, big news of the day. Matt Rule locked in. He wants to stay here, signs the contract extension. What's your take on that? How excited are you?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited about it, and I look so ridiculous. I just think that it's great. We talk about steadying the ship, quieting the noise, locking in the recruits before a huge recruit weekend. It was the right move. We needed it. Matt Rule loves it here. I love that he's staying here. So very excited that we can put that nonsense to bed behind us and move forward.
King Triton and Matt Rule, name a better duo.
There isn't one you could.
Says the man just wearing a T-shirt that has nipples on it. There he is.
For the record, the Searles clan is going Little Mermaid this year, right?
Yes.
Good.
So my daughter's Ariel. My brother is going to be Sebastian. Graham is Flounder. My wife is Ursula, which she's not super excited about. And then my son wants to be a pirate, and then my sister-in-law is going to be the parrot for the pirate. So we've got a whole thing planned here.
All right. Well, good stuff. Have fun trick-or-treating with the fam. We can't wait to see all the pics. You guys do always go all out on Halloween. And again, our Sports Nightly, our Husker football or college football picks, brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline, 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in
Lincoln and Columbus.
Back with more for Sports Nightly coming up after this.
If you believe the destination is the journey, you'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. It gives you the confidence of standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus a 180 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. The 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek. Visit Duteau Subaru, located at 2750 Jamie Lane in Lincoln, and online at duteausubaru.com. Duteau Subaru, driven by you.
Set. Hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Redefine your luxury shopping experience at Genesis of Southwest Omaha. Right now, lease the 2026 Genesis GV 72.5 Turbo Select All-Wheel Drive for just $499 per month. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year with approved credit, tax, title, license extra. $4,999 down plus first payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number GG260122. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Welcome back to the Akrs Broadcast Center. I'm Bobby Hessling, and this is the Big Ten Blitz, presented by Groundworks, the official foundation company of the Huskers.
This is the Big Ten Blitz.
Here to talk Ohio State is Clay Hall from FanStream Sports Ohio. Ohio State takes on rival Penn State this weekend, and it went from a really anticipated game at the start of the year to now more of a unique game on both sides. Both teams are off a bye week. How does Ohio State keep focus and not overlook the Nittany Lions?
Yeah, I tell you, Ryan Day's a little bit of a different coach this year. Has got a little more of an edge, and he will not allow it. I mean, he has ratcheted up the intensity for this team, and they've responded to it. I think this team initially was out to prove we can do what the 24 team did, and I think that is it's been a great motivation for this club, and now many people saying this is a better team than last year.
Well, and their defense is a big reason, a part of that. Ohio State's defense has been lights out all season, and it's being done with first-year defensive coordinator Matt Patricia. In year one, how's he made that defense even better from what it was last year?
Yeah, it really has been remarkable. I think people may forget his experiences with the New England Patriots and winning Super Bowls. He's been able to tinker a little bit, mix and match. Not that he's a mad scientist, but I think when you've got veteran players like Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles, that has really helped, the inexperience up front. And the fact is those guys have responded, those D tackles. Caden McDonald has had an exceptional season. Caden Curry on the edge has been tremendous. His stats are All-American at this point in the season. And so it's worked beautifully. I think there's a little more camaraderie between Patricia and this group than maybe there was last year, even though they were tremendous.
And then offensively, Julian Sayin and company, they've looked very confident. They keep getting better and better week by week. How do they keep improving week by week and just keep stringing together more and more points as they just continue to beat up on the Big Ten?
I tell you, some Ohio State people have said they have sent Nick Saban some thank you notes because after Saban retired, Julian Sayin made his way to Columbus, and the kid is just phenomenal. He's the best deep ball thrower in college football right now. He's got amazing weapons, and he's using them. And in the last week or two, he has moved out of the pocket. He's felt the rush at times, and he's thrown on the move. So each week, it just seems like he gets incrementally better. And as Ryan Day has said, we put more on his plate each week, and the kid has responded. He's an 80% completion rate right now.
I mean, he's just looked phenomenal a year. The completion percentage helps with that. Looking at Penn State, they have Jim Knowles as their defensive coordinator. What kind of challenge does that pose for Ohio State, where he knows Ohio State really well, being there last season, winning a national championship with that group, and is now on the other sideline with Penn State, and he comes in with all this knowledge about Ryan Day?
Yeah, and they have all this knowledge about him as well. And you just get the sense over this very tough string that they've put together. He said the first year he got here that his defense would take time to install, to understand, to implement. And I think that's some of the issue at Penn State right now. And, their program, sure, he's going to have those guys ready to play, but I just don't think they have gelled yet, and that's been a problem. And so Ohio State, as I say, I think they have as much info on Knowles as Knowles has on the Buckeyes. It will make for an interesting chess match, no doubt about that, noon on Saturday.
Well, Clay, thank you very much for joining us. Ohio State will host Penn State on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Fox. Now over to Christopher Sullivan-Diaz.
Thanks, Bobby. Here to talk about the Purdue Boilermakers is Mike Carmen of GoldenBlack.com for On 3. The Boilermakers lost a close one to the Scarlet Knights despite the Boilermakers' record. How have they been able to stay close in some of their games?
Well, I think they've been able to keep contact with teams, especially in two of their last 3 games with Rutgers and Minnesota, because they've generated enough offense there. They've had pretty good rushing attacks in both Rutgers and Minnesota. They rushed for 200 yards. The issues in a couple of those games was too many penalties or defense not being as strong. So they've yet to piece it all together in the Big Ten season, and that's why they're sitting with a losing streak going into Saturday against Michigan.
How has Purdue's defense held up against their opponents in Big Ten play?
Well, it's been hit and miss. Last week they gave up over 500 yards to Rutgers, and they threw for over 350 yards. And J.J. Duff had a career day with 241 receiving yards. And they've given up a lot of big plays through the air and on the ground on occasion. So it's been inconsistent for most of the year. Illinois put up big numbers against them. Minnesota didn't, Northwestern didn't, but in those games the offense didn't do enough to help them win the game. So they've had a lot of self-inflicted wounds during the last couple months, and they've got 1 month to figure it out.
How has Purdue's offense performed in Big Ten play?
Well, again, as I mentioned, in 2 of their last 3 games, they've rushed for over 200 yards, and that's been a pretty good number for Purdue, which equals a victory, but they haven't been able to to pull that out because of turnovers and penalties. They had one turnover last week, and that came at the end of the game when Ryan Brown had a pass tipped. He caught it, and then he fumbled, and that set up the game-winning field goal for Rutgers. So that one mistake kind of cost them last week. They've shown signs of moving the ball. The receivers have not helped out the quarterback as much. They're one of the leading teams with drops in the conference and in the nation. So they just haven't been able to secure the ball through the air. The running game has been a pleasant surprise, and the offensive line has held up okay. But with the schedule they have coming up, they're gonna need a balanced attack to deal with the 4 teams they have left on their schedule.
What are the keys to victory for Purdue against the 21st ranked Michigan Wolverines?
Well, probably not very well for Purdue. Purdue needed to take care of some business in October with the schedule that they had, because now that they're going to be in November, you've got Michigan, you've got Ohio State, you got Washington, you got Indiana, you got 2 of the top, you got number 1 and number 2 in the country right now. You got Michigan that's ranked, Washington's having a good year. Saturday's game is going to be tough. It's always tough for Purdue to play at Michigan. Just generate enough offense against that defense. I think Michigan tackles really well, and they have a pretty good running attack. So, Purdue's going to have to be mistake-free again to have a shot to beat the Wolverines.
Purdue and Michigan will play Saturday at 6 on the Big Ten Network. Thanks for your time, Mike.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Now let's send it over to Camden Cone with Michigan State.
Thanks, Chris. Here to talk about the Spartans is Dalton Shetler from the Spartan Media Network. Well, Dalton, Michigan State is coming off a 31-20 loss to Michigan last week. The Spartans fell behind early, but clawed their way back to make it a closer game at the end. What were you able to take away from that game?
Well, this one always hurts a little bit more around these parts whenever you drop to that school down the road. I mean, this rivalry, I think, has been pretty well documented and exposed to the national public at this point, but it's a pretty intense rivalry. So this one really stings for everybody there at Michigan State. And now the question is, because momentum had already been sliding away, and then you go into this game and everybody was hoping that maybe this game becomes that rejuvenation that this program kind of needs at this point, and this team kind of needs at this point. With losing this one, you just have to see if this Michigan State team can kind of look themselves in the mirror, pick the pieces up. They've got 4 games to go, starting at Minnesota this weekend, and can't find a way to get back on the horse. But no doubt about it, this one was really disappointing. They found a way to kind of hang with it in the first half. They were down 10-7. Despite all the adversity of especially penalties, some self-inflicted, some pretty questionable, and that's been pretty well documented and talked about as well. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, Michigan State just simply hasn't been able to put all the pieces together for all 3 phases of the game, and it's becoming a little tough for Michigan State. And this is one they really need to find a way to find those pieces and find themselves going up to Minneapolis.
The Spartans are in the midst of a rough patch as they've dropped 5 in a row and are still searching for their first conference win of the season. What areas do you need to see improvement from, Dalton?
I think it's a few things. I think at times we've been able to see the defense click a little bit. Matter of fact, at Nebraska, might have been the defense's best outing for Michigan State, where in the first half, the Huskers only had 24 passing yards. And I mean, they entered the number 2 passing team in the country. But we haven't been able to see the defense put it all together, specifically between the injuries the secondary had going into the season, the miscommunication and breakdowns they've had on the back end, the lack of pressure they've been able to get on the front end. The defense has had a really difficult time. And then offensively, the run game has been hit and miss, depending on the blocking and the winning of the trenches up front from the offensive linemen. But we've also seen the passing game really ebb and flow. We've seen Aiden Childs at times this year look absolutely tremendous. And we've seen other times where it has went really woeful. And I think it would be fair to rope in the context of lack of protection. That certainly has hindered Aiden Childs, but nonetheless, it's also gotten to a point where Aiden is reverting a little bit at times back to last year, where you just tuck and run when you see pressure instead of going through progressions. And they need to be able to set up an actual passing attack. And that's one of the things that's really fragile right now for Michigan State.
Well, this week, Michigan State hits the road to take on Minnesota. How do you see this game playing out?
This one's interesting because Talk about the vibes and energy around Michigan State with the 5-game losing skid and dropping to the rivals most recently and kind of looking for answers in spots. On the other side, Minnesota, we were getting ready for our game with Michigan and looked up at the TV in the booth and saw Iowa just shellacking the Gophers in the first half. I think it was 31-0 at the break, if memory serves right. But nonetheless, Minnesota has a little bit of regrouping to do on their end. So I think a lot of people going into this one are kind of wondering, what do they see from each group? It's not so much a question of matchups, Camden. It's not so much about who has advantages where. It's about who's going to be able to get back to their potential and who's going to be able to execute at a certain level. I mean, both of these programs are a little bit dizzied from some blows, like in a boxing match. Who's going to be able just to be themselves? I think that's the biggest thing going into it, and I think it's hard to answer beforehand.
Michigan State and Minnesota will kick off on Saturday at 2:30 on the Big Ten Network. Thanks for your time, Dalton.
You got it. Thank you.
This has been the Big Ten Blitz, presented by Groundworks. My thanks to Bobby Hessling and Christopher Sullivan-Diaz for their help, and Clay Hall, Mike Carmen, and Dalton Shetler for joining us. Woodhouse has been the trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. More Sports Nightly coming up after this.
Performance meets luxury at Woodhouse Cadillac. Lease the 2024 Cadillac XT5 Premium Luxury for $499 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Browse our inventory in-store or shop online today at woodhousecadillac.com. With approved credit, tax title license extra, first payment and $299 document fee due at signing. Must currently lease a GM vehicle to qualify. Courtesy transportation vehicle with 3,668 miles. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns: a free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole: Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive. From enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management, Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For almost 50 years, Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont has been more than just a dealership. We're a family dedicated to serving yours. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Buick GMC dealer for the new car, truck, or SUV to fit your needs. We're also your GMC Business Elite dealer for commercial vehicles. Visit us at SidDillonBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Set, hike. When champions take the field, they come ready to play. TNL Irrigation understands the value of momentum. Like a Husker drive, there's no stopping. If you live for farming and football like we do, TNL Irrigation has you covered. Check your fields from the game with a remote system, or just enjoy the play knowing our systems are reliable as a sold-out Memorial Stadium. Touchdown! Nebraska born, Nebraska strong. Husker Nation and TNL Irrigation are like no other.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
At CVA Grain, every load is more than a crop. It's your legacy. From high-speed unloading to premium grain markets and fast ACH settlements, smart contracts, risk management options, and local expertise help producers market smarter. With CVA Connect, you can sign contracts, check tickets, and monitor market prices all from your device. Learn more at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Count on Medica to protect your team with affordable group health plans, flexible benefits, and the close-to-home care they want. Husker Nation, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Learn more and get a quote at medica.com. Welcome back to Sports Nightly with Kyle Crooks. I'm Jessica Coody, and a big one coming up tomorrow night for Husker Volleyball, 8 o'clock in Madison. We'll be on the air 7 o'clock with the pregame show with John Baylor. And how about John Cook going to be filling in for Lauren Cook-West, who will be out trick-or-treating. So we got a new color analyst stepping in for us, but he's done enough. He's got lots of reps in already serving as TV analyst, but that should be a fun one. And huge matchup. We don't need to explain how big this matchup is, but probably the biggest test the Huskers have faced, well, for sure in the Big Ten this season.
Yeah, it seems like a team when you look at it that hasn't been content with the results that they've had, like they're going to keep their foot on the pedal. And this is one of those opportunities, especially on the road and one of the tougher places to play for volleyball in the conference. So I would expect that Nebraska is going to be ready to go and excited as well to have the coach on the radio. And like you said, he's had a lot of reps, done a great job on the television side this year.
Absolutely. Wisconsin ranked number 11. They are 8-2 in Big Ten play. Just a second behind the Huskers. So, and again, this is a team, they've battled it out, and the rivalry, we talked a lot about it with Penn State. It didn't end up being, I mean, when we chatted with Jalen Reyes, he said, I fully expect a 5-set match when they, went up to play Penn State. And even though it didn't end up like that, it's just one of those things when these two teams face off, you expect a battle, and he said the same thing this week, that he expects Wisconsin to bring Nebraska their best.
I think that's what's unique about teams that all they do is win, is that mindset isn't necessarily exclusive to Wisconsin or Penn State. I feel like they feel that way every single time they step on the court, that it's going to be a marathon. It's going to take everything they have. It's going to take all 5 sets, and that goes back to coaching and just the overall coaching and standard that's been in place here for Nebraska volleyball. So there's no doubt in my mind, considering what they're walking into, the opponent, the environment, that they're going to be ready for a 5-set battle.
All right, went a little long in our first 2 segments, so going to go ahead and get to a break. When we come back, we're back to wrap up this Thursday Spooky Night edition of Sports Nightly.
When it comes to irrigation, only the best will do. That's why growers trust Valley Genuine Parts. Gearboxes, center drives, sprinklers, tech, and more. The parts you rely on most for any pivot, any brand, all from Valley. And now save $50 on your next purchase of Valley Genuine Parts or service. Claim online at valleyirrigation.com/parts. Your Valley dealer has the inventory you need, plus expert inspections and fast, reliable service. Claim your $50 savings today at valleyirrigation.com/parts.
Visit a participating AGCO dealer between September 8th and October 31st and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Iowa football game on November 28th in Lincoln, plus a pregame tailgate experience. Don't miss your shot to be a part of the action. See True Turf and Ag in Osmond, Columbus, and Fall City or Osceola Implement to enter. It's easy, it's free, and you could be cheering on the Huskers in person this season. Go Big Red.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Shop Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Drive into Fall event. Right now, receive 0% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 off MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Visit us in Blair or Bellevue today with approved credit. Tax title license extra. $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number C250899. Offer expires October 31st, 2025. See dealer for details.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Hey, this is our the first weekend that really things are about to get really rolling. We've got Husker volleyball, football, and then on Monday night we don't even have a show because we'll be off the air. Husker women's basketball and men's basketball both opening up their seasons on Monday.
Yeah, so hopefully we have a lot of good things to talk about when we come back on the air on Tuesday. And I'm just really excited for Saturday night. I know there's a lot of great events that are happening on campus, but the whole blackout theme and I've been told that Shields locally is sold out of all black stuff, and so it seems like the fans are all in on the concept of what is trying to be accomplished here from an atmosphere standpoint, and it should be loud, and it's a proud fan base that's looking for a big win, and they have the opportunity on a grand scale.
Yeah, and shout out Josh and Camden. They saw that the field was changing to black logos, and they said we'll see your black logos and raise it on our Sports Nightly stream.
Yeah, we've gone all in this week. It starts with you wearing black every single day. There's a bit of red in mine. I have Nebraska colors for this vampire get-up that Jim sent me, and I think I might wear this every day, to be honest with you. I think this is a new look. Just
keep it in the rotation, yeah. Hey, and also want to remind you, Cornhusker kickoff back tomorrow, 4 hours before, so those gates open at 2:30. You can get in. You don't have to have a ticket to the game. It's free. They're going to have some new inflatables that they're bringing in. Jessie Dozie, I believe, is her name, is going to be performing. The Nebraska men's basketball team going to be there signing autographs, the entire team, and Scarlets, mascots. It's a lot of fun for the family. So again, 2:30. Those gates open at the Championship Center. It might be chilly, so you might want a little escape from the cold.
It's going to be cold. That's good with USC coming to town. Colder, the better.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll have an hour show tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
A little more slacker. Plug it in.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Get 0.9% plus $32.50 cash on F-150 or lease F-150.